Is the Marathon Z worth purchasing? Here are 5 reasons why I think it is. I've been using Marathon Z now for 6 months as my only device, and I've had some time to really test it and to really see if it works. Hi there, I'm Francois. I like exploring ways to make technology work for me. If you would like to get the best out of your technology, why not subscribe to my channel for tips and tricks on how to do that. About 6 months ago, I purchased my very first Android phone, the Mara Z phone. The Mara Z phone was touted as being the very first smartphone made in Africa. I had a chance to use this phone exclusively as my only device for 6 months. Here are my thoughts after living with the Mara Z phone for an extended time. So initially when I bought this phone, I thought I could get a cheap Android phone and I could still use my Apple devices. I was at that time going to keep my iPhone 8 Plus. As it turned out, I ended up selling my iPhone, and also my iPad got stolen, which meant that I had this device, the Mara Z, as my only device. It turns out that the phone actually kept up very well because I had to use this to shoot my videos. I was pleasantly surprised at the quality of the camera, and I was even using the front-facing camera because I wanted to frame my shot properly. I was very surprised at even the quality of the front-facing camera on this phone. Okay, so here are the 5 things that I like about this phone. The first thing is the design. The phone has a very sleek design. It's quite light. It's lighter than my then iPhone. It weighs 152 grams and it's hardly noticeable in my pocket. The screen is a nice size. It's made of Gorilla Glass apparently, so that's all the strong glass that almost every phone now has. I have no screen protector on here. I opted to use it without a screen protector, but I do have a case. It came with a case. So it came with a clear case over there. And that's what I used. It feels very nice. It feels very sleek in the hand. It is, however, not water resistant. You just have to keep that in mind when using the device. It's not water resistant. The display is 5.7 inches, and for me that was bigger than what my iPhone 8 Plus had. I think that was 5.5 inches, and it meant that a bigger screen to watch my videos on. It has bezels above and below. The display allows your pictures to pop and your videos to look amazing. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is performance. I don't want to speak about CPUs and RAMs because I don't know a lot about that. It has a storage capacity of 32 gigabytes, which is not a lot out of the box, but you can extend that to 128. 2 weeks ago, I got an SD card of 128 gigabytes, which has now expanded my storage, and it's such a dream not to worry about storage. When I just have the 32 gigabytes, I think that's very little because I used to shoot video on here and then I had to quickly transfer everything because then it would complain that the phone's getting full. 128 gigabytes is quite large enough, so I can, if I want to shoot videos from here, I can still do that now and not worry about storage. And so it's good to have more storage. I don't play a lot of games. In my first review, I did test PUBG and the gameplay for me was good. I had the full version of PUBG on there and I felt it feels good. Not a big gamer actually. So the battery that the phone comes with is 3000 milliamp hours. What I do know about this phone is that it lasts at least for a day for average use. Sometimes when I've shot video, sometimes when I've played games and things like that, then I will obviously drain the battery a bit faster, but for average use, it's fine. So the Mara Z phone comes with a 10-watt charger. For me, it charges quite rapidly. I said that I used to shoot videos on here, so a lot of my videos have been shot with the Mara Z. Not in 4K though, it's shot in 1080p. I was very impressed with it. I was surprised at how good it shot. However, I must say with shooting selfies and things like that, it does have a bokeh where you can blur the background. I don't know, it kind of edges, sometimes you could see where it was blurry, where it couldn't distinguish the edges, and so for me that wasn't great. And also, like, I don't always like taking selfies. However, I must just again say that yeah, the camera is amazing for shooting videos. I use the front facing camera for most of my videos, but the rear facing camera is as great, so it's a great phone for taking videos. Okay, here are a few things that I don't like about the phone. I don't like the headphones it came with. It's those rubbery things, and they kind of fall out of my ears firstly, and when I really squeeze them in there, then they don't play loud enough. so I wasn't very impressed with the headphones that came in the box. Having said that, it does at least come with a headphone jack. Okay, so the fingerprint scanner is okay. It's fast enough for me. But there's also a facial recognition thing, and I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure how safe that is. But the OS is Android 9. I was a bit disappointed because it's Android 9. So I would have liked Android 10 on here, and I don't think it's ever going to be updated to Android 10. The Google Assistant, I love automation, and I love Google Assistants, and Siri and Cortana and all of them, Alexa. So I like testing all of these things out, and Google Assistant was fantastic most of the time. I did find sometimes that I had to retrain it, and then the Hey Google thing it doesn't always work. It just worked now, funny enough, but it doesn't always work for me. I find myself saying,
I don't understand.
You see, this is the thing. It worked right now. So yeah, but it didn't always work. It's just debunking what I just said, but it didn't always work for me. It's quite useful. Actually, I'm using Google Home to connect some of my things now. I don't know if it will work right now, but let's see if I can say, Hey Google, turn on the bedroom lights.
Sure, turning 2 lights on.
See, actually did turn on the bedroom lights. It does work with Google Home, so it's quite useful. And you can even set up scenes where you can have this whole thing where you wake up in the morning, your lights go on, plays you some music and things like that. I'm obviously a big fan of the Google Assistant. It's just that sometimes I just had to retrain it, and it doesn't always work on the catchphrase, and I'm not going to say again. When I made my first video, there was unboxing and my review. There was a lot of debate about whether this device can be considered to be proudly African. As I stated in my first video, it is made in Africa, but it's not black owned, and a lot of people have found an issue with that. Personally, I think the fact that it's made in Africa is a step in the right direction. It's good for African technology. It's good for people overseas to start taking us seriously, and for us to take ourselves seriously, and also put our foot in this technological market. And I think great innovation will come from Africa. I think, as I said, made in Africa, right step in the right direction. I will definitely try to support, if there are black-owned smartphone people, and I think there are, then I will start supporting that as well. I will definitely support on the Android side as far as I can support other African innovators and try it out and maybe speak about it. I enjoyed using this phone for the past 6 months. It's been my go-to phone. It's been my only device. It was good to have, and it also gave me a lot of insight into what is in the Android market and what better things can be done in the Android market. I especially like having a home screen that I don't have to populate with all of my apps and things like that. So I like having this clean device, this clean kind of like interface, and having an app drawer over there. I have a lot of apps. I like having my wallpaper like that, and having my pretty wallpaper over there, and just having a few of the apps that I use the most in there. I'm not sure if this is in focus, but yeah, I'm personally excited to see what the Mara Z line or the Mara Phone Corporation have in store for us. I think this was a very good first try. I think Africa should be very proud about this, but I think this was a good first try. So do I recommend it? Definitely. If you're in the market for a new phone and you don't want to spend too much money but still get a very capable device, I would definitely recommend the Mara Z phone. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like. Comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. Subscribe so you get notified when the next video comes out, and feel free to share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.